Hey everyone, it's Byron. I'm here to testify for Jesus Christ. I want to tell you up front, this is a difficult video for me to record. And I'm going to put two disclaimers in front of it. One, my wife and I have a great relationship. And a dream that I have that involves my wife and I has nothing to do with the reality of our relationship. And then two, I'm not advocating a divorce and I'm not advocating a separation from a spouse as I record this video. All right. Got that up front. Let's get it all straight. So now I can tell you what dream I had. I had a dream April the 7th in the early morning, 2020. In the dream, a guy offered me a girly magazine, and I resisted. I'm like, man, I don't want that. I don't want it at all. Then my wife came right behind me, went up to the guy and said, let me have it. He may want it later. And then there was a couple other things happening in the dream, nothing of significance. And then I woke up. I was thinking to myself, why would my wife do that, That has nothing to do with my life. Has nothing to do with what she would do. She doesn't do those things. I'm not in the mode of that kind of stuff in my marriage. Anyway, I think it's showing me, and I'm sharing with you, you can't let other people that are in your life have an impact on your relationship with the Lord to the point that you sin. Whether it's a sexual sin, whether it's a alcohol sin, drunkenness, whether it's whatever, And I think that this can happen in two ways. Let's say, for example, you have a friend, and that friend's been your friend your whole life, and y'all used to hang out together and do crazy stuff together. And I mean, you drank half the state of Kentucky together at one point in time in your life. But now times have changed. Times are different. You're not that way anymore. You don't want to be that way anymore. And that friend has to respect that and not continue to put pressure on you to join them. That's one way of looking at it. I don't want this person pressuring me to do something that I feel is wrong. Because if you think it's wrong, it's a sin to you. But on the other hand, you can have people in your life who don't necessarily encourage you to sin. They will drive you to sin. You can have somebody in your life that makes you so miserable, you want to find some type of mind-altering distraction to get your frustrations out, such as alcohol or a drug or whatever. And you may never even be able to identify if the situation may be so normal to you that you don't even realize your drinking problem isn't a problem with alcohol. It's a problem with your happiness, and your happiness is being influenced by negative people in your life. It's so amazing when you consider if you grew up around a certain group of people, you all think the same. You don't know how to think differently because you all been hanging out together, but potentially there's a lot of negative ways among that group. And as a result of the negative influence, maybe you started drinking or taking some kind of drug or something like that, and you don't even know the difference of what your life would be like outside that group until you get out of it. And I'm going to tell you something. Getting out of a certain situation has great rewards, but sometimes it's hell to get out of the situation, because as you remove yourself from who you used to be around, they may in turn make your life miserable to do it. I just cussed. I'm going to leave it. But you see what I'm saying? You have to separate yourself from people who are enticing you to sin, and also people who are driving you to sin. I'm happily married. My wife doesn't get girly magazines for me and things like that. And I'm not recommending a divorce or separation. I'm just saying that's a dream I had, and I think it applies to all influences in our life, and not just husband and spouse, but it could be brother, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, cousins, niece, nephews. You can find scripture in the Bible where Jesus says he's going, he comes to turn things upside down, basically, put father against mother and mother against brother, and the relationships that we had have to change, or maybe they have to end for us to walk with the Lord. So I guarantee you there's somebody need to hear that. You need to realize that you're not necessarily, sometimes people say, well, you're just a freaking alcoholic. They did that to me for many years. I wasn't. I was miserable, just absolutely downright miserable. So I'm going to let you go. See you.